Magic Kingdom has changed a lot in the last 52 years, with classic rides being removed and an entire land that's now unrecognizable. Have we already said goodbye to the Magic Kingdom we knew without even realizing it? Or is there more of that opening day magic left around than we think? Wait, what's happening to the sun? A total eclipse? An opening day map from 1971? Okay, this changes everything about how we're doing Magic Kingdom today. In order to follow number 1 here on the map, I had to actually exit Magic Kingdom and start from the very, very beginning. I would like it to go on record that it takes a trash can and a recycling can to manage this map, which makes me wonder how people did it in the opening year of Magic Kingdom. But I guess you had your whole family here and everybody grabbed a corner and you read the map and you found where you were going. But here we have Magic Kingdom entrance, which is being considered, it looks like sort of the first land. And number 1, if we can find it, is the monorail station. There it is, number 1. Let's see if anything around here looks sort of like that. And here we are at the monorail station. Now, this actually, this has 2 options of monorail line that you can take leaving Magic Kingdom. You can use the express monorail, which is the one that I always use to take advantage of my gate number 12 trick that you can see by watching. I go to Disney World every day, and this is the only way I'll do Magic Kingdom. But there's also a resort monorail line, which is very convenient if you are staying in one of those resorts, or if you want to go dine in one of those resorts, or just take advantage of some of the amenities, like being able to go to Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, not have a park pass, but still get your pineapple Dole Whip at Pineapple Lanai. Lots of great reasons that you would want to get on the resort monorail loop and check out some of the resorts. All right, the first attraction check. Number 2, the boat landing. Okay, let's see. Where is number 2? You have a lot of great options to get to the Magic Kingdom from TTC. The 2 main ones are, of course, the monorail line, either the resort monorail or express monorail. They both get you to Magic Kingdom, but don't sleep on the boats. I mean, you can sleep on them physically. It's not a long ride, but you could get a good nap in. The boat is, of course, Quincy's choice. And if you watch our video, I go to Disney World every day, and these are the tips you need for 2024. You can see that we did a transportation race, Quincy, Sage, and I. I took the express monorail, Sage took the resort monorail, and Quincy took the ferry boat. And it was a very interesting outcome. Check that video out to find out who won that race. But regardless, the ferry boat is a beautiful, scenic, relaxing way to cross over Seven Seas Lagoon and arrive from the TTC to Magic Kingdom with an almost constant view of Cinderella Castle. It is a very beautiful way to get here. Wow, so we've got monorail and boats. How fun. Now, number 3 is called the Transportation Mall, and I don't know what this means, but okay. It's a little windy. We are now actually in the Transportation Mall, number 3. I spoke to an amazing cast member named Daniel, who has great memories of Magic Kingdom in the 1970s, and he pieced together some things for us. So the reason for the Transportation and Ticket Center and the need to travel to Magic Kingdom by boat or monorail was that all of the ticketing transactions happened there. And what Daniel remembers is that where this boat is pulled up in number 2, see how it's very close to the actual train station here? That's because what we have now has been built out over time. And what we had in the beginning, the boat pulled in much more closely to the actual park, which is the reason that this area that we now think of as an interior aspect of the park itself was actually considered more exterior, and the gathering place of all the people who were let off by the monorail and by the boat. So that is very interesting, and I have learned a lot already, and we literally just started this video. All right, here we are, number 7, Baby Center. I have to be honest, I never knew I was this good what do you call it when you do this thing kind of stuff? Investigative journalist. Oh, it's here, it's real. And also the little symbol. Detective, that's what I am. A really good detective. Found it. Number 7, check. Cinderella Castle. In all seriousness, this is a really important place to know how to get to. If you have a baby, or if you are just a human being in general, first aid and baby care centers, you want to locate these in every park, know where they are, and these just happen to be the same place they were on opening day in 1971. But first aid, you can pick up a Band-Aid. I have gone in there for a Band-Aid for blisters. I have needed ibuprofen for my plantar fasciitis, and never needed to go to baby care center for any reason. But if you have a baby, it's there for you, and you should definitely go. And please don't feel ashamed to walk into first aid and ask for something for an ailment you feel might be innocuous, because we all deserve to feel great in Walt Disney World. We paid a lot of money and we worked really hard to get here, and use first aid. It's right there, and it's an opening day attraction. Oh my goodness, I just had an unbelievable experience in Emporium with cast members Inga and Gerhard and Jamie, who all
just like right here.
They grabbed the map and they started to look at it and talk about everything that has changed over the years. And Inga in particular has been here since the 1970s and worked at Stroller Rental, which has moved. So we are living actual history here with amazing cast members who've been here a long time and have incredible memories of what Walt Disney World was like in the first years it was open, Magic Kingdom in particular. Well, now that I've collected myself after that incredible cast member encounter in Emporium, we're probably going back to Emporium because that was just my way to get back from the baby care and the first aid. So, wow, that was a very special moment. I really felt that. Number 8. Okay, there is number 8. Let's see if it looks something like this. Main Street Station holds a very prominent place in Magic Kingdom. It is the first thing you see when you enter from the outside, and as you're exiting at the end of the night, it makes a grand statement as you exit the park. It also looks directly, it makes eye contact with Cinderella Castle over here. So you can get some really cool views of Cinderella Castle from the train station, and that center area is roped off for VIP tours to watch the parade. So it's an important thing, and not only is Main Street Station an imposing presence on Main Street and in the entrance of the park, it's also a very real train station, and that is important. Maybe the most important part of Magic Kingdom because of the fact that this is Walt's place. Walt made everything else in the park, all the rides, all the attractions for other people. But trains were Walt's passion. Trains were Walt's fandom. Trains were Walt's obsession. He loved trains so much that, I don't know, I mean, you could kind of say he built Disneyland so he could have a place to have a full-size real train, because he had a kind of a miniature model train that people actually did ride on. There's pictures of people riding his train, but it was not a full-size train, and he wanted to have a place where he could have an actual full-size train running fully around something. And he figured it out, and it was Disneyland. Here we are in the Main Street station, and we've got Walt's train. All right, it's about to get exciting because number 9 is something called Hospitality House, and it's over here. Oh, I have a feeling this is where you go to purchase confections now. Well, I was wrong, and I didn't read the map correctly. Obviously, that's the confectionery. This is Town Square Theater. Sponsored by Gulf and known as the Gulf Hospitality House. It was actually officially known, the building itself was known as the Town Square Hotel. And the idea was to eventually open it as a real operating hotel where guests would stay. Yes, this was meant to be an operating hotel right here on Main Street. You would be able to book a room here and sleep right next to all of the magic. You thought it was cool to stay at the Contemporary and get park views? How about sleeping in the park? Well, Disney actually hadn't operated a hotel at that point. Both Polynesian Village Resort and Contemporary were operated by outside companies. So they decided that it was too grand an undertaking, and the idea to make it an actual operating hotel was scrapped. But as Hospitality House, or Gulf Hospitality House as it was officially known, you were able to walk inside and book dining reservations, hotel reservations. Basically, it was a center for anything that you needed to do regarding reservations or logistics. And you had desks of people inside here that were able to assist you with all of that. And now, of course, it is one of the Art of Disney locations, officially known as Box Office Gifts. And of course, you have the theater entrance here, which is where you are able to currently meet Mickey Mouse. And in the past, you've been able to meet Tinkerbell here, although she is not currently in residence, only Mickey, but still an amazing space to come in and visit. Over the years, it's been a movie theater. It showed a film about Walt Disney, and there were actually plans at one point to expand it and make it a live theater where you could come in and see actual stage shows right here on Main Street. Plans for that were scrapped as well. All right, Hospitality House, amazing. Town Square Cafe, number 10. I have a feeling I know what this is. Yes, we're right here. We just keep crossing the street. But yeah, there it is, number 10. Town Square Cafe opened on October 1st, 1971 with the rest of Magic Kingdom. And there's not much about it. Not much information about the kind of food they served, but it didn't last all that long because in 1981, 10 years later, Tony's Town Square restaurant opened, And that is what we have to this day. Reviews are often mixed for Tony's Town Square restaurant because some people say it's generic Italian food that kind of reminds them of going to an Olive Garden. Other people, like the Bradshaws, Lindsay Northern Bradshaw and Jared Bradshaw, they say that it's the perfect place to bring kids who are picky, and there's always something on the menu that will appeal to them, even if they just get buttered noodles or a really basic spaghetti. And I totally think that's an amazingly valid point. So this is going to be a place that's up to you. It's not an opening day restaurant, but it is there for a long time. It opened in '82, so that's a year after I was born, and I'm old. Okay, we've got number 11 Main Street Camera. Oh, interesting. Okay, right here. Okay, so we've established this is Hospitality House. This is Town Square Cafe. And this is Main Street Camera right there, which means it's that right there. Town Square Camera, no more. Of course, we now know this location as the confectionery. It did expand the confectionery not very long ago. This down here used to be a hat store. So opening day, one or all of these stores, because all we have is a number 11 in this general area. This was the camera shop. Camera supplies were very important in 1971. If you wanted to have pictures of your family vacation, you had to buy film, you had to buy film, and you had to buy film. And you might want to buy a camera. Maybe they sold new cameras here. I'm sure they did. And perhaps there was a repair element. But this was the spot for all your camera needs. Opening day 1971, not the confectionery. The confectionery is your go-to spot for all of your iconic Disney World treats, candied apples, Rice Crisps, Rice Krispie treat in the shape of a Mickey head. They've got it all in here. They've got the treat case, the iconic Disney World treat case. And the awesome thing about this location is they offer mobile order. So you can go into the My Disney experience app, place the order for the treats ahead of time, and then walk in and just pick them up, which is very convenient. And you can also buy bottled soda here. And of course, you know from the I go to Disney World every day and this is the only way I will do Magic Kingdom video, that you get a discount on bottled soda if you have an annual pass or DVC. That's Main Street Camera, now number 12, Main Street Vehicles. Something very special and truly unique that Disney World, that Magic Kingdom offers on Main Street. There are so many modes of transportation to get you from the entrance to right next to Cinderella Castle.
This is Lightning McQueen's great-great-grandfather. Nobody's supposed to know that. But I've been telling this story for a long time. I already believe it. All right, my friend, let's do it.
The Omnibus is a very famous example designed by Bob Gurr, a double-decker vehicle that allows guests to ride right down the middle of Main Street, USA, right to Cinderella Castle, and I'll tell you what, it's a good time. There's also a trolley. That's why there are tracks, because there is a horse-drawn trolley that these days usually brings the Dapper Dans around, and that's a really fun sight to see. It will also bring characters through during things like the Rainy Day Parade.
You feel famous? Just smile and wave. That's all you have to do. Smile and wave. Does anybody know the famous people in the red car?
So, really fun ways to really get immersed in the era of Main Street and to truly ride in style. Well, here's a familiar name, number 13, lucky number 13, the Emporium. I I think we know how to find that one. The Emporium is your premier shopping destination in Magic Kingdom. This is where you are going to find the highest concentration of Walt Disney World Parks exclusive merchandise, as well as your t-shirts. Lots of t-shirts. Well, there we go. The Emporium. Opening day attraction. 1971. It's been here ever since. You can go shopping in there to this day. All right, it's time to check the map. Number 14, Main Street Cinema. Oh, I know it so very well. We got a 2-for-1 on this, friends. Main Street Cinema, right across the street. They used to play movies in there. You were able to see usually Mickey cartoons, and now the Dapper Dans are performing in front of it. Now, Main Street Cinema is a retail location. It was turned into a retail location to showcase merchandise from the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. They kept a screen, so there is a nod to this space's original use, and they do show footage from the early days of Magic Kingdom. But now, of course, the 50th merch has moved on, but you can find a lot of AllEars headbands here. So this is a great place to come if you're like, I just want to look at a bunch of AllEars on a wall and pick out the ones I want. All right, Main Street Cinema, check. 15, Harmony Barber Shop. Oh, this is interesting. 15 is there. Back over here in Town Square, around this corner, of course, this is the current location of the Harmony Barber Shop. But yes, you can still visit Harmony Barber Shop. You can get a haircut. Your child can get their first haircut here and actually get a certificate that says they did. So this is something really interesting to look into. I think take advantage of that. Someone in your family should go get a haircut at the new location of Harmony Barbershop, even if it's not an opening day attraction in its actual original location. You were able to get a haircut at Harmony Barbershop in 1971. What is now just an extension of Emporium appears to have been in 1971 the Harmony Barbershop right here, because here is our little cutout. Well, here I am again in Emporium, what we now know as Emporium. So we've found Harmony Barbershop. Now we're on 16 Penny Arcade, and it looks like it's right there.
Yes.
Okay, now I have another incredible cast member here with me, Heidi, who is helping me because she knows where the Penny Arcade is. You were here when the Penny Arcade was still operating, and where was it?
Just around the corner.
Oh my God.
Near the doors.
So the room that now, for a while, it was like an AllEars room.
Right.
Then it was a 2023 room.
Before,
yes.
though, when I started, it was a sports memorabilia part over there where they sold signed baseballs.
Oh my gosh, to
that
go with the Casey's
25
theme, right?
Yes.
Is that what?
Yes.
That's genius. And before that, it was the Penny Arcade,
The only
that
thing
room.
we have, the only thing we have left over are the 3-pack of golf balls.
Wow.
But we used to have all sorts of golf
I
stuff.
know the 3-pack of golf balls that have a Mickey on them.
So, yeah.
Incredible.
We even had a display where they had different golf balls, Donald Duck, Grumpy.
Oh my gosh.
We had different it was a huge display. Like, if anybody remembers the antenna topper display, it was like that.
Oh, the antenna toppers were the big deal. All these cast members that are helping me today, that have been here for so many years, and they are so kind, and so they light up when they see this map and when you ask them questions about the past. I want to point out there's not a penny arcade here anymore, but there is a pressed penny machine. Kind of not the same thing, but the word penny is in it. And here it is, the former home of the Penny Arcade. Wow, Heidi described some of the games you used to be able to play in here. She said you could play a game that was like baseball and kind of themed, not about Casey's, but definitely in the world of baseball, which is the theme of Casey's. So now it is retail. Currently it is serving as a Wish boutique. It's also been a room for 50th anniversary merchandise. It's been a room for Christmas merchandise. So they're tending to put special collections in here now. No longer a penny arcade. All right, what's next? Number 17, Refreshment Corner. 17. Looks like it's probably that right there. Yes, that building looks very familiar. We know it is Casey's Corner. Let's go check out the former home of Refreshment Corner. Coca-Cola has classically been a sponsor of a similar location in Disneyland known as Coke Corner. So it makes sense Refreshment Corner would also have been sponsored by Coca-Cola and had a presence in this very similar location to where it is on Main Street in Disneyland. Now, it is no longer Refreshment Corner, it is Casey's Corner. It is a hot dog quick service restaurant, hot dog centric. There are some other items on the menu, but hot dogs are what you come to Casey's Corner for, and they've got hot dogs galore. All right, Refreshment Corner. Now we've got number 18, Plaza Ice Cream Parlor. And guess what? She's still here, folks. Oh, Plaza Ice Cream Parlor, opening day, Magic Kingdom establishment. This is where you get your over-the-top fun ice cream treats here in Magic Kingdom. You can still walk in the same door and order some of the same treats that you could in 1971. Another amazing cast member, Allie, just told me that this used to be the seating for Plaza Ice Cream Parlor, and that sometime around the early 80s, it was turned into a restaurant. So, Plaza Restaurant, we're not gonna talk about you because you weren't here on opening day. After Plaza Ice Cream Parlor, 19, Crystal Palace. Oh, look at that. Look at that beauty. And I believe we have found her right here. Karina and Darren, two lovely cast members here at Crystal Palace, just helped me out. This is a buffet restaurant. All the food is served buffet style, and that's a fun way to eat. Opening day, they did not have the Winnie the Pooh characters. That is something newer, but this is the restaurant where it's been serving buffet style since opening day. All right, moving on to Adventureland. Here we are, number 20, Adventureland Veranda. And we've got it right about here. It's kind of a famous spot even to this day. Adventureland Veranda was an opening day restaurant that featured, if you've ever heard of the teriyaki burger, that had a burger cooked in teriyaki sauce with pineapple rings on top, which sounds really good. I would, of course, ask for the Impossible version, which would not have been available in 1972, so I probably wouldn't have even heard about veganism. But this location, you're not gonna get a teriyaki burger anymore. No, you are going to get arguably the best table service restaurant in Magic Kingdom, Skipper Canteen. It is a sister kind of attraction to Jungle Cruise, themed within the world of the Jungle Cruise and, you know, the explorers of Disney parks. It's a very well designed, beautifully themed restaurant with a great story, and that sounds crazy, but it's true. That is what this restaurant is. It's very immersive, and that word gets thrown around a lot, but you basically walk into a movie set when you eat here, and the food is really, really, really good, and I appreciate them for serving a few vegan options that are really good, and you know, I appreciate that. Well, I'll tell you what you won't see on the map. Magic Carpets of Aladdin. Was that here in 1971? Absolutely not. Aladdin, the Disney movie, did not exist until the 1990s. So, absolutely not. No Aladdin, but we are gonna head down here to something that absolutely was here on opening day. Jungle Cruise. Wait, I spoiled that. Something that was here on opening day, and I'm not going to tell you what it is till we get there. All right, we've got number 21 here, Jungle Cruise. Let's find it on our map. Okay, we got to 20. We jumped to 23. Hey, oh, there's 21. So we've got to go all around here to get to it. Well, I think we just made that journey successfully, because does this look like the Jungle Cruise to you, or what? It's not only an opening day attraction in Magic Kingdom in 1971, but also an opening day attraction in Disneyland. It wasn't exactly the same. It wasn't funny yet when it first opened. It was inspired by the movie African Queen, starring Katharine Hepburn, so it was not, it was a dramatic love story. It was not a funny cruise, but here we go. We're scanning in. Let's do it.
Right over here is Inspiration Falls. Now, I bet you're wondering, Skipper Trek, how did Inspiration Falls get its name? Well, the legend goes, the longer you stare at the falls, they really do inspire you. Sorry, that is a python. Don't get too close. He gets a crush on everyone he sees, believe me. And Niles, and Niles, and Niles. And if you don't believe me, well, you're in a boat. It's a Nile. That's funny. I'm going to use that next time. I love you! Is, folks, the 8th wonder of the world. Everyone, get excited. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. So please, put your hands together for the one, the only, the amazing, and stupendous, the backside of water! Come back and save me!
It really is true that Jungle Cruise experience that you have is the Skipper, and Skipper Trey was phenomenal. I laughed at every joke he told. I don't know if it was his delivery, some of the jokes I've heard before, but I think yes, it was his delivery. He made it so fun. So if you're lucky enough to get Skipper Trey, tell him Breedlove says hi. We've got more things to see. Number 22, Swiss Family Island Treehouse. 22 is right here. Look at those beautiful tree houses. Oh my goodness. I think I know where they are. Known as the Swiss Family Island Treehouse when it first opened in 1971. At some point, the name was shortened to Swiss Family Treehouse, because if you noticed, I had a hard time saying Swiss Family Island Treehouse. It's a lot of words, but as far as I know, it is similar to the same experience you can have on opening day in 1971. I have a feeling the greenery has probably grown and become more lush over the years. So here we go. We are gonna go on this adventure together, Swiss Family Treehouse. This is something that I do not often do. I don't come up here that often, and especially I don't come up here at dusk like this. It is a dramatic time. It is a beautiful time to be here, and I'm feeling the magic right now. One of the best parts of the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, or the Swiss Family Treehouse, is that you get these really cool views of Magic Kingdom. But at this time when the lights are turned on, but there's still a bit of light in the sky, the drama of this is really beautiful. And here we are in one of the dwellings. Do I recommend Swiss Family Treehouse in the evening like this? Yes, absolutely. It's getting dark, but we're looking for number 23, the Adventureland Bazaar. Let's see if we can see it. Ah, yes. I know the Adventureland Bazaar. Right through there. Adventureland Bazaar turned into Agrabah Bazaar, themed after Aladdin. And it used to sell merchandise, as did Adventureland Bazaar. Once it turned into Agrabah Bazaar, it sold all kinds of Aladdin-themed paraphernalia. This is where you got your souvenirs, your gifts, your shirts, your apparel, everything you wanted Aladdin, you could find it here. That's not the case anymore. It is now serving as a meet and greet area for Aladdin and Jasmine. Next we have the Safari Club, number 24. The Safari Club Arcade. What I understand about the Safari Club Arcade, which was located in this area where you can now meet Aladdin and Jasmine, you would walk inside and they had arcade style games where you were able to hunt exotic animals using spare change. You could drop a couple of coins in and play some interesting, I think, unique arcade games in there. Something funny about it is the Safari Club Arcade is known as the first extinct attraction of Magic Kingdom. They closed it in 1972. No idea why, but I do know that this is where it was. Safari Club Arcade. Number 25, Sunshine Pavilion, Tropical Serenade. You know what this means. 25, let's find it on the map. There it is, right there. And we are going in, and we are having a good time where the birds sing words and the flowers croon in the Tiki room. A fun fact about Dole Whip in Disneyland. It was not an opening day offering, not by a long shot. It actually was offered here in Magic Kingdom first in 1984, and it wasn't until 1986 that it came to Disneyland. That might be shocking for some to hear because Dole Whip is so synonymous with Adventureland in so many people's minds, including mine, honestly. But my Uncle Graham worked at the snack outlet connected to the Enchanted Tiki room in Disneyland before they started offering Dole Whip, and he told me that they sold pineapple spears and pineapple juice, both provided by Dole, but Dole Whip did not come to Disneyland until 1986, and that was 2 years after it came to Magic Kingdom in 1984. But you know what was here on opening day? The Enchanted Tiki room. And that is what we are going to experience together right now. It's a perfect time because check it out, it has started to rain pretty hard. I have a very vintage, it might be antique now, considered antique map from 1971. So thank you, aloha. We're gonna come in from the rain and enjoy a magical show. Wake up, Jose! well, that completes Adventureland. We're not gonna experience Tortuga Tavern right now or Pirates of the Caribbean because those were not opening day attractions here in Magic Kingdom. So literally it goes from 25 to 26. Now that's Frontierland, and 26 is something called the Mile Long Bar. And actually that's just on the other side here. There's a breezeway that we will be going through, and we'll go around the corner to number 26 to a bar. Mile Long Bar. There aren't supposed to be any bars in Magic Kingdom. All right, let's see what this is all about. On our walk there, I do want to point out that this whole area over here does not exist on the map. Right in front of us, that is Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. That didn't open until 1980. And this was Splash Mountain, which opened in 1992. That is currently under a refurbishment to become a new ride called Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which I am very excited about. It was originally announced to be late 2024, but it's looking like it might open earlier than that from some hints Disney's been dropping. So, very excited for that, but neither of those were here on opening day. Number 26, which used to be something called the Mile Long Bar. Well, now it's Pecos Bill, Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. So what's the Mile Long Bar all about? There aren't supposed to be any bars in Magic Kingdom, just like there aren't any in Disneyland. Walt Disney wanted to keep alcohol out of these. Well, he wanted to keep alcohol out of Disneyland for the most part. And he wanted, and in honor of that, when building Magic Kingdom, his brother Roy and everyone who helped build the park wanted to stay true to that tradition and not serve alcohol here either. But this was actually a bar that served refreshments that were non-alcoholic as well as foods. And the Mile Long Bar it actually existed. Yeah, there was a bar in this location, which is now the area where you order and receive your food for Pecos Bill. There was a bar that had a mirror effect that created the illusion the bar was actually a mile long, or really long. It gave the illusion kind of that the bar went on forever. And very cool theming. It was very detailed and everything looked antique and beautiful. And it was here till 1998 when it closed. So I did get to see it. And I will say the mirror effect was really cool. And even though you could tell, obviously you could see yourself, which kind of destroyed the illusion, but the Mile Long Bar lives in our hearts and on this 1971 map, and in this exterior that's still the same, with the exception of a new sign for Pecos Bill. Next to 26 on 27, this is showing as the entrance to Pecos Bill's Cafe, which is a little bit different from Pecos Bill, Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. But let's go around and take a look at what used to be the entrance to this restaurant. But this entrance right here, this, according to the map, is the original entrance for Pecos Bill's Cafe, and now it's Pecos Bill, Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. But we can still walk in, and it is still a Pecos Bill establishment. It's themed after Pecos Bill, and it is in the this is the location that it was originally in. So this is where, did I eat here? It is a great place to eat, and I love the options they have for, well, the option they have for plant-based eaters. It's just a really basic rice and beans and fajita veggies bowl. Over here, this used to be, I think, kind of formerly the big draw. This was a toppings bar that was piled high with veggies and different toppings that you could put on your food, and it made it really fun because you could customize your meal. And now I also like to shout out the fact that this is a fuel rod location in an area that is somewhat a fuel rod drought. So you can always find one here in Pecos Bill. And our mobile order has been called at pickup number 3. And I see our food sitting there, and let's grab it and go eat and take care of this cherished possession. I've shown you in multiple videos that if you come up this walkway that's sort of hidden, and there's this amazing window with some pirate paraphernalia in here, this is the threshold when it crosses over to more of the pirate theming, because this is a shared dining room with Tortuga Tavern, but not that many people know about it. This is the veggie rice bowl for $10.49. You can see that it comes with some toppings. These are the things you used to be able to find and pick for yourself and load up your dish all on your own. But now a cast member must serve them to you. Here is a guacamole pack that now costs $2.50. It used to be $2, so a little price increase on that. This is my fuel rod. And they have this Tostitos salsa that they've been using for the last couple of years, and it's very good. And a Diet Coke because I'm naughty, and an ice water because I'm an angel. All right, here we go. 28 Davy Crockett's Canoes. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound familiar to me. I love the fact that one of the guests in the canoe is wearing Mickey ears hat, but I don't love the fact that I am looking over where this is supposed to be, and I'm not seeing any guests on canoes today. So I'm afraid this is an attraction we won't be able to experience in modern day Magic Kingdom. 29 Frontierland Shooting Gallery. Oh, that does sound familiar. I happen to spend a lot of time in Magic Kingdom, and I can see that that fort-looking structure right there still stands, and right next to it, so does the Frontierland Shooting Gallery. Well, it ain't a gallery no more. Now it is an arcade. Not sure what the nuance is there between the two words, but at least this opening day attraction is still here. And what's interesting is the Disneyland version of this is where I have my first super vivid memory of a Disney park in the early 80s when my dad and my mom brought me. I watched my dad here, well, at the one in California, at the Frontierland shooting attraction. And all of this stuff that happens inside of the gallery or the range or the arcade looked completely real to me. I was like, oh, this is where the magic, this is where I first experienced the magic. So I'm gonna set my stuff up here and do a little shooting for you. I got the owl. I think it's plain to see I'm the sharpest shooter in Magic Kingdom, and this is another opening day attraction we've experienced together today, and it's so cool. You can still experience it to this day in Magic Kingdom. Next is number 30. Oh my gosh, this is a treat. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go see some friends who are about to say adios for a little while and come back all brand, shining, and new.
Howdy, folks. Before before we start the show, I do have a few house rules, so please bear with me.
Okay, number 31, Frontier Trading Post. Oh, this is awesome. I come in here a lot, and it's really not far. In fact, all I have to do is kind of swivel my torso to the left. And we're here. Frontier Trading Post is a great retail location where you can get all of your pins, your Disney pins for wearing and for trading. You can also buy Magic Band Pluses here. And this is the only other place you can really get them other than the Emporium.
Ice cream.
All right, we're looking for 32 now, and that is South Island. Oh, wow. South Island.
Are you coming back?
Oh, I think I heard about this. Well, let's go on a little reconnaissance mission and see what we can discover. I am going to go ahead and move on to 33 because 32 and 33, I believe, are connected. And I just talked to some really smart cast members who took a look at the map with me, and this is what we think. Okay, so 32 here, South Island. We are thinking, based on the fact that the riverboat is crossing in front of it, that is actually South Island, or what was at one time known as South Island, and that maybe here is where the bridge connects over there, and that the part back in there where the fort is what on opening day was called Tom Sawyer Island. Oh, cool, there's a cave I'm not going in. That's fun. And look at that. Glorious. Glorious. We will be writing you soon and get a whole other perspective on the island controversy of 2024. South Island, Tom Sawyer Island. 3, so we are moving on now to 34. Diamond Horseshoe. Well, this one's a little tough for me to talk about. Diamond Horseshoe was the original home of the Diamond Horseshoe Review, which was a live stage show that ran right here from 1971 until 1986. And at the time, it was in the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest running stage show. Well, unfortunately, friends, there is no stage show inside this venue. It's a theater. I mean, it has a full stage, and it's, as far as I know, still capable of holding performances, but they don't do that anymore because it is used as an adjunct dining room now for the menu over at Liberty Tree Tavern. I personally really love the theming in here. It's such a cool spot for a saloon style show, but you're not gonna get that now. Maybe in the future, we can dream. But for now, you're gonna be eating Thanksgiving food basically here and just enjoying the awesome environment. Funny that we should talk about the Liberty Tree Tavern menu now being available. Get out of here, you bug. now being available at the Diamond Horseshoe, because that's next, number 35, right next door. And right next door. Liberty Tree Tavern serves all you care to enjoy family style dinners that are basically what you would expect to have on Thanksgiving. So you've got roasted turkey, pot roast, oven roasted pork with traditional accompaniments, seasonal vegetables, herb stuffing, house-made macaroni and cheese, and ooey gooey toffee cake. Now the surroundings inside are it's great. I mean, the theming is very revolutionary, if you get my drift, and it is a place that, you know, I've always prioritized with my family. They've got a great plant-based alternative to the regular meal, and you can see when you walk inside, you're really transported to another world, it feels like. Definitely another time. This is maybe the most important attraction on this list. It is the Liberty Tree, number 36. It is so cool that it stands here in this spot to this very day. This is a tree that Walt Disney hand-picked while walking the grounds of the land here in Florida that he had purchased for Walt Disney World. Now, Walt Disney did not live to see Walt Disney World open. He was able to purchase some of the land and actually walk the grounds and plan out where things would be. And one of the things that he wanted to do was pick out a perfect tree to represent the Liberty Tree here in Liberty Square. Original Liberty Tree was actually just artwork, but it was artwork that was commissioned and created by Paul Revere. He was commissioned to create the image of a Liberty Tree, which would stand as a symbol of liberty and independence. And you can see that hanging from the Liberty Tree are 13 lanterns, which represent the original 13 colonies of the United States. All right, number 37, Hall of Presidents is an amazing, awe-inspiring audio animatronic stage show spectacle with every single U.S. president. Thank you. And every U.S. president is represented on stage, and it's a sort of a plus-up of Walt's Mr. Lincoln show, Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, and Disneyland. Actually premiered at the 1964 World's Fair. It's one of the many amazing attractions that premiered there. But this one has all the presidents and also Mr. Lincoln. So we really get it all over here on the East Coast. Number 38, Riverboat Landing. Okay, so Riverboat Landing is where you get on the riverboat, but Riverboat Landing is 38, and the riverboat is number 40. All right, that's a little confusing, but there's the riverboat there. It's docked. I think we can get on it now. Let's try. And here's number 40, the riverboat itself. 38 and 40. Should we go up to the second floor? Let's go up to the second floor. It's more dramatic. Nantucket Harbor House. That sounds like kind of familiar. There's the little entry kind of porch thing. It must be the former name of Columbia Harbor House. Well, an opening day restaurant, Nantucket Harbor House, is now called Columbia Harbor House, and this is a quick service restaurant here in Liberty Square where you can mobile order. You can place a mobile order for fun things like fried seafood. You can do a seafood boil. They have a plant-based crab cake sandwich that I really like and I get a lot. This is a location that has hush puppies. If you like hush puppies, I can't eat them, but if you can, they serve them here. Now, what is interesting after doing some further research is that it appears that Columbia Harbor House may have opened as Columbia Harbor House, and it opened in the summer of 1972, almost a year after Magic Kingdom opened. So technically, well, it's not even technically, definitely not an opening day attraction, but it has been here for a long time, and it's interesting because I believe Nantucket Harbor House was actually a working title. They put it on the map before the restaurant opened, but it doesn't look like it actually opened as Nantucket Harbor House. It looks like by the time they got it open in the summer of 1972, it was already called Columbia Harbor House. If you were here, if you remember, please stop screaming at the screen and tell me in the comments, and let us all know. I'm very interested, but it's amazing. 1972, it was definitely planned or in the works when Magic Kingdom opened, and so much so that it made it into the opening year map. Moving on, 41, this is the Mike Fink keel boats. We did determine it is that building right here, and that is exactly where we are standing right this second. It is now used as sort of an extension of the queue for the Haunted Mansion. There is no longer a keelboat attraction here. There used to be both here and in Disneyland, and my Uncle Graham was a cast member on the keelboats. Maybe I can get him to say a little bit of his spiel and insert it here.
I'd like to say a hi to ho to all you engineers, outlaws, river rats, polecats, in-laws, outlaws, and all you lovely, lovely ladies. And the best ones, too. I'd like to welcome you to the Bertha Bay, one of the keelboats that raced up and down the Great Ohio River in the 1800s. But don't you worry none, we're not going to be doing any racing today. So kick off your feet, put up your shoes, and enjoy your ride on the rivers of America.
No General Fowler keelboats for us today, or frankly any day for the foreseeable future, but moving right on to 42. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is scary. This is the Haunted Mansion. The Haunted Mansion opened at Disneyland in 1969, which is a few short years before it opened here in Magic Kingdom in 1971. Oh, do you see the light? There's the creepy light. It appears. I know at one point that effect was done by using a rotating coffee can that had one side cut out and a light so that it would periodically make that haunting sort of create the illusion that somebody was walking by with holding a lantern or something like that and looking out the window. But I'm sure it's been modernized. Still, I think it's very cool that, at one point Imagineering used a coffee can to create the lighting effect, and I'm sure there are other examples of coffee cans being used in Imagineering. Anyway, let's not tell the story of Imagineering through coffee cans, and let's go ride Haunted Mansion. The moving sidewalk stopped and the ride stopped at the same time, right as I stepped onto the moving sidewalk and the moving walkway, and it scared me. And the cast member said, "It's okay, sweetie." That was very nice. That made me feel good. Oh, the ghosts of 1971. Have you ever heard the fireworks go off as you're exiting? Haunted Mansion. It's happened to me several times before. It's alarming. They really are somewhere very close by. But how beautiful. We made it out of the Haunted Mansion alive. And now, wow. This is when we say goodbye to Liberty Square and head over to Fantasyland. We're going to 43, something called Skyway to Tomorrowland. That sounds really fun. And it should be located somewhere right about here. And it's funny, there's a tower there because guess what? Now in its place looks like a cute little village of little towers. So similar. Okay, similar but not the same. The biggest difference is the fact that the actual Skyway itself, the Skyway to Tomorrowland, that's not in the sky. I don't see it. Do you? No, you don't, because it's gone. Number 44 is here. It's a Small World. Opening day attraction for Magic Kingdom, but it debuted at the New York World's Fair in 1964 as a promotion for UNICEF and sponsored by Pepsi. Let's go ride it. It's a Small World opening day attraction, beyond charming. This was an art project. Mary Blair, amazing Disney Imagineer and artist, created everything you saw in there, invented all of those characters and all of those settings, and it's a really, really special tribute to her and her legacy and her impact on the Walt Disney Company. She did such amazing things for the animated films. She designed lighting and brilliant human being. And I'm so glad we have her magical art project, It's a Small World, to go and literally ride through, experience, be immersed in to this very day. Now we've got number 46. Peter Pan's Flight. Okay, let's see if we can find it here. 46. Yep, it looks exactly like that. Yes, Peter Pan's Flight is in this opening year map because it did opening year, but it is not technically an opening day attraction. That's because it was not ready on opening day. It opened 3 days after opening day. So, yes, Peter Pan's Flight has been here technically, physically from the beginning, but you couldn't ride it on opening day. We are, however, going to ride it right now. All right, number 47. Oh, this is cool. The Mickey Mouse Review. Okay, again, I am happy I know this part of the history because these buildings are all hidden. They're on the other side here, but of course there is Mickey Mouse himself, a picture of Mickey, and I know exactly where this was. Mickey Mouse Review was obviously an opening day attraction here in Magic Kingdom. It was an audio animatronic show, like the Enchanted Tiki Room, like Country Bear Jamboree, like Carousel of Progress, but it was Mickey and other, amazing animated characters, Disney animated characters that performed live on stage before your eyes. Now, the show was eventually sent It closed here and was sent to Tokyo Disneyland, where it ran for a long time. And then when it closed there, they actually sent the Three Caballeros animatronics that you see at the end of the Grand Fiesta Tour here, once again, to Walt Disney World to have a now permanent home for now at Grand Fiesta Tours starring the Three Caballeros. But this is the home of an opening day attraction called the Mickey Mouse Revue, and it has some great history, and you can still visit some of the animatronics in Walt Disney World to this day. Number 48, Pinocchio Village House. Spelled the German way, so I like to say Haus. I think that is maybe how you say it. You're supposed to say it. Anyway, 48 is right there next door to It's a Small World, and that is where it lives to this day. Pinocchio Village House is a quick service restaurant that does offer mobile order, and you should use it. Don't get stuck in a long standby line for this restaurant because mobile order is really fast. I had a friend mobile order earlier today, and his food came extremely quickly. So don't get in a long line, please. Just mobile order. But this is where you can get your flatbread pizzas. They have the buffalo chicken flatbread that is very popular. They have a Caesar salad with grilled chicken, a plant-based cheese pizza that is not my favorite. But you have some all meat, you have a gourmet cheese, buffalo chicken, and pepperoni on those flatbreads. You've got that blue raspberry slushy, which is a crowd favorite. And it's a fun restaurant. It's themed after Pinocchio, of course. What's not to love? Okay, we've got number 50 now, Dumbo the Flying Elephant. This doesn't make sense because this has Dumbo directly behind the carousel, but he can't be directly behind the carousel. Well, I guess we'll go to where Dumbo is now. This opened in 1988, not 1971, as Mickey's Birthday Land. Then it was renamed Mickey's Starland. Then briefly, it was renamed Mickey's Toyland, and then it became Mickey's Toontown Fair, which is the iteration I think most people remember. But you can see over here, they actually moved Dumbo over here into what used to be Mickey's Toontown Fair and rethemed it Storybook Circus, and it reopened in 2012. Let's go ahead and ride this version, even though it's not in its original location from 1971. At least it's a ride that was open and operating on opening day, and we can still ride it in Magic Kingdom. So that's what we're gonna do. If we can, we will. I just take Dumbo all the way up and I stay there. I know other people like to bounce around and have that experience. There's Cinderella Castle, but I don't know. I think it's beautiful. I think it's thrilling. I think it's a great way to see Cinderella Castle, a little bit of Fantasyland, some Tomorrowland, all on one ride. Oh dear, this is sad. This is a beloved attraction that no longer exists. It was here on opening day, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. I know exactly where it is over here, number 51. The castle and the carousel behind us. Straight forward this way, we would have been able to see Dumbo, the flying elephant, and then up to the right in this whole sort of back area. This was the area that you would have been able to go and ride 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, board the Nautilus, and have a harrowing encounter with a giant octopus. I believe they call a kraken. Is it a Kraken? I don't know. There's a ride that I like riding called the Kraken. It's a roller coaster in SeaWorld, so that's in my vernacular now, Kraken. Okay, number 52, Cinderella's Golden Carousel. Okay, it's right there. That's where the carousel that we know as Prince Charming Regal Carousel is located. Here's the name right here, Prince Charming Regal Carousel. And there it is, but it appears at some point, sorry, I know exactly when, opening day, it was Cinderella's Golden Carousel. I got up here, but it wasn't pretty. I want to apologize to anyone that was standing by watching. You got what I would describe as an eyeful. But I'm up here. There's no turning back now. It's happening. The carousel's fun. Don't be shy. You're never too old. You're never too macho. You're never too whatever. They even have adaptive seating. There's some benches. Quincy and I rode the benches together one time, and it was awesome. All right, now we are on to 56, Snow White's Adventures. All right, it later got changed to Snow White's Scary Adventures because it was so intense, and they wanted to warn people in the title that it was actually scary. So they told you it was literally scary in the title. Okay, 56 is over here. Princess Fairy Tale Hall is a meet and greet location where you can meet 4 princesses. 2 on the left and 2 on the right. You don't meet them all waiting in the same queue. You have to get in separate queues for left and right. But once you do, you meet 2 princesses at once, which is awesome. You can see there's a standby posted wait right now of 45 minutes. So it's not a casual, quick, meet and greet. It is something that people wait in line a long time for, but this was originally the home of Snow White's Adventures, later renamed Snow White's Scary Adventures. Oh, number 57, this is sad too, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. We've come to the portion of the video where things are unrecognizable, unfortunately. 57 over here, I know exactly where that is. Based on the adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, but just the Mr. Toad portions, which is based on Wind in the Willows. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride was a mad-capped dark ride romp through the dark side of being obsessed with sports cars. That's actually literally what it is. That's not me being funny. That is actually what the ride was about. And it was right here in this location where now you can ride the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh, which is a cautionary tale about what happens when you eat too much honey before bed. I don't know. I think that's what it's about. I can never really tell. Number 59, the number is on the crease. So it's a little weird looking, but we know what this is. Of course, it's Mad Tea Party. Let's see if number 11 is open, supposedly the fastest. There it is, number 11, green and purple. Mad Tea Party was an opening day attraction in Disneyland in 1955 and an opening day attraction here in Magic Kingdom in 1971. The thing that makes this one different is the canopy. Because of the weather here in Central Florida, they're playing the music for the fireworks here inside. You're playing the fireworks music inside, you always do? Amazing. There's an overlay every night. Can I walk out of this? Number 11 is definitely the fastest teacup. Till we meet again, number 11. You're beautiful. Number 60, Grand Prix Raceway. Grand Prix Raceway. Well, it kind of looks like Tomorrowland Speedway. Shall we go in and check it out? Grand Prix Raceway, now called Tomorrowland Speedway, is one of the only opportunities I get to drive a car because I've never had a driver's license. For those who know that fun fact, I'm sorry for repeating it. And for those who are just learning it, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm a strange person, but I have a good heart and I care about you and how you spend your money and your time in Walt Disney World. Oh, and we're in 3, my very lucky number. I cannot wait. Tomorrowland Speedway. That wasn't your name when you opened. I see you, Tomorrowland Speedway. You can try to change your identity, but you won't fool me. You'll always be Grand Prix Raceway to me. Yeah! Look at me and the castles in the background. I'm driving and I'm not looking where I'm going. Yeah! Grand Prix Speedway. It's 1971 and I'm sticking it to the man. Always a blast. Always a great time. Always the only time I drive a car. I love it, and it's so wonderful that we can come here and experience this opening day attraction to this very day with those awesome cars designed by Bob Gurr. All right, number 61, Tomorrowland Terrace. Wait a minute. Number 61, Tomorrowland Terrace. I see a sphere, an orb like that on top of a building, but that building is Cosmic Rays. And it is indeed true that in 1971, when Magic Kingdom first opened, this was a restaurant called Tomorrowland Terrace. Now, it was not as big as Cosmic Rays is now, and is a quick service restaurant that features daily performances by the incomparable Sunny Eclipse. There he is making his magic. You can see him through the window even as we speak. We've got 64 Flight to the Moon. Now this is another funny thing. There is 64, and here it is right in front of us. This is the other half of Cosmic Rays. And it didn't open on opening day. It actually opened on Christmas Eve in 1971. Then the name changed to the way that most people ended up knowing it, which is Mission to Mars. So if you hear a lot of old timers talking about Magic Kingdom in the early days, they will most often refer to it as Mission to Mars, because that's how most people do it. All right, let's see, number 63, America the Beautiful. That is awesome. America the Beautiful is right there. And it might not be all that easy to tell from here, but I can see, looking at these legs, there are some interesting details that let me know. Number 63 is actually right over here, and it's a little attraction we now know as Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. America the Beautiful was a 360 movie, which means it was presented in the round. There are still examples of this kind of cinema over in Epcot with Canada Far and Wide and Reflections of China. This one was actually created in 1958 for the Brussels World Fair. We don't hear a lot about attractions being created for that one very often, but 1958 Brussels World Fair, and it was sponsored by Ford Motor Company. Well, what did you think? Did doing Magic Kingdom the old-fashioned way show you new and interesting ways to do Magic Kingdom on your next vacation? Or is it out with the old and in with the new, and we're kind of happy with the way things are now in 2024? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, please go and like and subscribe. And now go watch Emma show us what Disney World is like in 2024. See you next time.